Hi guys, welcome back to JonzNews, your news provider. It's the girl MJ, looking at the week that was, November 20 to 26. In our first recap, funeral drive-by leaves 2, including 5-year-old dead. The police have identified 2 people killed by brazen gunmen after leaving a funeral in John's Hall, St. James on Sunday, November 20. They have been identified as 5-year-old Tavoy Cummings of Grangeville, Westmoreland, and 27-year-old Samoy Shaw, otherwise called Alj. According to the Freeport Police, about 2 p.m., 4 people, including the child, boarded a motor vehicle at a funeral when they were pounced upon by armed men who opened gunfire at the vehicle. When the shooting ended, 3 of the occupants were seen with gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where Shaw and young Tavoy were pronounced dead. The other person injured is Tavoy's father. Young Tavoy was said to be seated in his father's arms when the shooting occurred. Detectives have since theorized that Shaw, who was a witness in a murder case in Westmoreland, was the target. So once again, guys, wrong place at the wrong time. Young Tavoy hasn't even started to even talk or eat food good, much as to start live life. Was unfortunately gunned down. But according to relatives of young Tavoy, his mother was told not to go to the funeral, not to take the child to the funeral, because the funeral was going to be shot up. But of course, hard years sometimes, that is what happens. I mean, if you hear that a funeral is going to be shot up, where would you go? And why would you take your baby boy with you? But it's just one of those things when I tell you that these hoodlums are cold and callous. 5-year-old baby boy, and they must have seen that 5-year-old when he went into the car, because they would have parked down the road and waited for them. They never just drive up out of the blue, but they came to the funeral and waited, parked on the road and waited, and they saw when they boarded the vehicle. But if they're shooting a 9-month-old, why wouldn't they shoot a 5-year-old? I tell you, the young baby boy, was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Moving on. Senton Police upgrade crash to murder investigation. The Senton Police are probing an incident that has been upgraded to a murder following a crash in Fatesman in the parish early Saturday morning. The deceased has been identified as 47-year-old Dane Brown, a delivery truck driver of Seabright Drive, Kingston 11. The police are reporting that they were called to the scene of the crash, where they found Brown slouched over the steering wheel. He was cut from the truck with the assistance of the fire brigade. Now, during the processing of the scene, what appeared to be a gunshot wound was discovered to the right side of Brown's chest. He was reportedly transporting food items to the western end of the island when the crash occurred. According to investigations, observations made at the scene suggest he crashed into a utility pole after losing control of the motor truck. Several items were looted from the truck, some of which have been recovered by the police, and the police are urging residents of the community to cooperate with them as they seek to bring closure to the matter. So poor Mr. Brown, wake up early in the morning, maybe load from the night before, to deliver goods to the western end of the island. I don't know if he was attacked from the outside or somebody was inside the truck with him, but he got a gunshot wound to the chest, which caused him to crash into the utility pole. Died on the spot. No, a hard-working man. This man could have decided to be a thief, a murderer, but he decided to work hard to take care of himself and his family, and this is the end of his life. It is so sad. When is this going to end? For the hardworking, dedicated Jamaicans who want to make a difference, when is it going to end? Moving on to a story that was on everybody's lips. Licensed firearm holder pulls weapon on woman of unsound mind. A man was seen in a social media video pointing his licensed firearm at a woman in New Kingston. It is believed that the incident occurred in New Kingston last Saturday. Now, the video shows a man pulling a firearm from his waistband and pointing it at a woman who was advancing towards him. Now, this mad woman, for the want of a better word, who is said to be known in the New Kingston area, was advancing towards the man. And of course, the man was telling her to back up, and she would not stop. So the man did what he thought was right at the time, which is pulling his licensed firearm to protect himself. Now, a whole lot of persons have come out to chastise this man. But there are so many different ways to look at this story. A whole heap of people have been killed recently by so-called mad people, insane people. We don't know if this man had a run-in some time ago or a relative had a run-in with somebody of unsound mind. And the man feel that, listen, right now my life is in jeopardy. Me feel threatened. I'm at a disadvantage right now because if she do me nothing, all police will come and do and say, I'm mad woman and not now come out tight. So he was advancing towards the man. There are so many different ways to look at this. And the man decides, all right, maybe if I pull my weapon, she might back off. People start to criticize the man that, listen, the man, or if you pull your gun for a mad woman and, all kinds of stuff, but we don't know the situation, we don't know the mindset of the man. Suppose the man had got, a family member of his was killed by an insane person. What man I go do? The man not take no check. As well as some you go say, listen, if you pull in weapon for the mad woman, just walk out the mad woman. But she's, as far as I have heard, she's very persistent. When she walk down for you for something, she not stop. And nobody wants to. I don't even want to. Let me not say anything. But before we chastise the man, let us try and think of ourselves in that situation. Would you or would you not have done it? I don't know. Maybe I would have done it. Because me doing news and me so much of them people, them so-called mad people are killed. One man they chop off one woman head at Trelawney clean. One killing brother the other day a Linstead and burning body. One kill a policeman a Linstead. It is crazy. So let us not be too quick to judge a man. But let us try and think of what would you really and truly have done. Following the news and see what is happening. This man has since his firearm license has since been suspended by the FLA because he had to surrender his gun. So presently the FLA is doing investigations to deem if what he did was appropriate and if he is worthy of a firearm license. Moving on, Jamaican farm worker Miguel Jones implicated in U.S. bank robbery. A Jamaican identified as 30-year-old Miguel A. Jones, whose sources say once played football for Rose's High School in Hanover, was arraigned on Monday in connection with last week's armed robbery for bank in Vineyard Haven, Martha's Vineyard in the U.S. Jones, who is employed as a seasonal landscaper in the U.S. and resides in Martha Vineyards, was charged with accessory after the fact relative to last Thursday's bank robbery. According to reports, Jones pleaded not guilty to the charge and was offered bail in the sum of $300,000 by Judge Benjamin Barnes. He was ordered to stay away from the victims and the bank and to wear a GPS monitoring bracelet if he posts bail. A curfew was also attached to the bail order. Now, Jones, who goes to the U.S. on the farm work program and has been doing it since 2016, he's normally there for 5 months. And according to his lawyer, he's there for 5 months to raise money to support his 3 children that are back home in Jamaica. His lawyer says that he's an incredibly involved father. He coaches youth soccer. He used to be a professional soccer player for Jamaica. Never heard of him, don't know of that. But that's for another time. So, I don't know, but I think this man got caught up with the wrong crowd. And I think they're using him as a... I don't think this man is really and truly involved in this robbery. Something not right about the story here. But listen to this. They said that according to allegations, on November 17 at 8:15 a.m., 3 armed suspects wearing identical Halloween-type mask ambushed 3 employees, bound them with plastic ties and duct tape, and stole thousands of dollars from a vault. The men then allegedly stole one of the employees' vehicles, which was captured on video a short while later, arriving in a parking lot at a state forest about 8:29 a.m. last Thursday. The clip further showed a 2007 Hyundai Elantra with a missing hubcap on the back driver's side leaving the lot moments after the SUV arrived. The same Elantra was spotted on Friday and pulled over by the police, and Jones was behind the wheel. Now inside the car they said they found 3 $100 bills, 2 of which reportedly displayed sequential serial numbers to the ones stolen during the robbery. Also found were 1 pair of Nike sneakers and dark clothing, which are consistent with surveillance videos and witness statements. Now, while questioning Jones, law enforcers said they observed a green vegetation-like substance, which appeared similar to the material located in the abandoned employee's vehicle on his shoes. Now, the man is a landscaper and cut grass. He must have got grass on his shoes. They said throughout the interview, Jones would continuously change his story. No, that is where he go wrong, and show signs of evasiveness of what was asked of him. He also told police that his co-worker was married to a bank employee whose SUV was stolen during the robbery. They sound like something were coming at some of them show there now. 2 other suspects the police are reporting have said to have been seen in a video at a Stop and Shop supermarket in Vineyard Haven. They also have video recordings from the Steamship Authority office which showed a silver sedan arriving in the supermarket lot at 8:57 a.m. The 2 men then paid cash for 2 ferry tickets at 9 a.m. They returned to the car and stayed there until they boarded a ferry at 9:21 a.m. The ferry was supposed to have been left from Vineyard Haven and to land in Falmouth, but when they got there, they did not locate anybody. So on Thursday, they said a dark-colored sedan with a missing hubcap on the rear driver's seat, just the same one that you saw in the first video, seemingly the same car Jones was driving when stopped by police, arrived in the supermarket lot. A man wearing a hooded sweatshirt got out of the car and climbed into the silver sedan, moved into a space at the Steamship Authority's standby lot, and departed on the 12:24 p.m. ferry. The driver bought a ticket with a credit card issued to Jones, police said. Jones told investigators that the driver stayed with him on Martha's Vineyard the night before the robbery. So, the day after the robbery, them can use cash for purchase the tickets. But on the day after the robbery, then use him credit card for buy the tickets. Something just not right. I think this man was used. And he's now being used as a scapegoat while the money escape with thousands of dollars. I say sometimes you see if you choose a crowd wisely, and then give him the money. Him having money in a car now. It's only a thief. There are certain things that you don't know how to do. So you see people who are thief and them company leave them alone. So now he's locked up. Because I don't know who are going to bail him $300,000 while in family out here, in 3 children we're supposed to look after, are embarrassed, struggling. Remember, school is on. New term to finish it. And more or less he is the breadwinner. What is going to happen to his children? What is going to happen to him? We have to be careful of people that we associate with. Very, very, very careful. So we're going to watch to see how this one pen out. But something right about this. Something definitely not right about the one here. Wanted man bigger crime hideout raided by police. 3 guns and 100 rounds seized. Now the police are urging Nesta Bigger Crime Morrison to turn himself in after they raided one of his hideouts on Thursday, which yielded a massive gun and ammunition find. Morrison is wanted for double murder, shooting with intent and arson. According to information from the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Morrison's hideout in the 11 miles area of St. Thomas was raided on Thursday by a joint anti-gang task force. 3 guns and over 120 rounds of assorted ammunition were reportedly seized. Several items were seized, including cell phones, counterfeit US currency, bank cards, and food items. Now, this man has been creating mayhem and havoc in Bull Bay for quite a while now. And the police have been on his heels for quite a while now. But I remember over by JBN News that somebody was saying that, listen, this man was in St. Mary recently, with some other man, and when they call the police them said they don't have no vehicle. Me have you wonder if something really goes so. A man who is on the radar, he is Jamaica's most wanted presently. And in our parish, and people call the police, and police say they don't have no vehicle. I must draw this. So if they don't have a vehicle at that particular station, at the Highgate station, there's no vehicle anywhere else in St. Mary, no vehicle in St. Thomas, no vehicle in Portland, no vehicle in St. Anne. Listen, man, me tell you, them police, a lot of police know the criminals, but they don't want to carry them in for a reason I don't know. I don't know if they are using them to do their dirty work or what, but a lot of criminals are known. I just the other day when them shoot, what the boy name, I don't even remember what his name, the one from downtown, when they shoot up a Constant Spring Road, that the police said he was on the radar for 10 years. Man, they on radar for 10 years and still a walk up and down. Something can't really go so. So, the police said they're on his heels. So, hopefully, the next thing we might hear is that he was shot and killed. Because that is the only way in the fight time. For stop them in their tracks from kill other people because they got prison and then still make call from India under control on the outside and kill off people. So let us watch and see how much longer bigger crime will be alive. And a lot of people are saying bigger crime than they're but you have to understand Jamaica, Criminals tend to choose some names of some people who they consider bad before because that is who they feel they are. So it is not the same bigger crime, but bigger crime now from St. Thomas. Policeman arrested after allegedly found with illegal gun at checkpoint. A policeman was taken into custody on Friday after allegedly being held with an illegal gun and ammunition at a checkpoint in St. Catherine. The weapon was reportedly found inside his car. It is reported that while at the checkpoint, and we're talking about one of the SOE's checkpoint, the cop acted in a manner that arose the suspicion of the security forces. He was questioned and his vehicle was searched, and the gun was allegedly found. He was then arrested. It is so funny. How many times when you hear me read and say, men were acting suspiciously, and they were searched by the police and a weapon found? Men behaving in a strange manner. You can imagine, so a policeman know have an illegal gun acting suspiciously, so him don't know what him not supposed to do, because him supposed to know him a look for when him see other people act suspiciously. So I'm wondering, did they get a call to inform them that this man have a gun? Because if he's a police officer, more or less, he might go to work and they have an ID on his neck. You know, in drive up inside and they say, roll down your window, because when you're driving at the SOEs, and they say, why not all your window, them, because they look right through the vehicle. And he would have identified himself as Constable so-and-so or Corporal so-and-so. So why was he searched and why was he acting suspiciously? A lot of people don't believe in God now, but God is powerful and prayers work wonders. Maybe the same policeman have a gun to go kill somebody. Somebody that was praying, or somebody that is praying for that person, one grandmother, one mother, one father, pray for somebody there. And God say, all right, today is the day. Today is the day when you go get stopped in your tracks. So the policeman was acting suspiciously. He was searched and the gun was found in his possession. Not to mention, say, enough policemen are criminal. Then they hit, contract killing, they do enough things. And every police stay so. But a whole heap of them, because guess what, they must say they pay not enough. And because them have how much woman and how much this and that to look about, they need more money. So they moonlighters, contract killers. But thanks be to God, this one is looking at 15 to 30 years. Bless his soul. And finally, man who allegedly hit Scop in face at party among 2 shot dead. 2 men are now dead, following an alleged dispute involving a policeman on Saturday morning in Frankfield, Clarendon. The men have been identified as Jerome Smith, also called Vibes, and Clayton Pink, also known as Chinny, both of James Hill, Frankfield and Clarendon. Information received is that a police constable attached to the Spalding police station was at the party with the 2 deceased men when a confrontation took place between the constable and Pink about 12:40 a.m. It is reported that Pink threw a bottle, which caught the police constable in the face, injuring him. The constable reportedly responded by firing 2 shots at Pink, hitting him. Smith, who was standing close by, was also hit. The policeman assisted Smith to the Percy Junior Hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries. Pink was also pronounced dead at the hospital. The constable has since been taken into custody. My first question is, did Pink know that this man was a policeman? Not that it is right to hit somebody with a bottle. But why you go hit one policeman with a bottle? Which most times policemen are harmed, and if you hit a man with a bottle, even if it's a licensed firearm holder, he now deems you as a threat. So if him have him gun, him go back him gun and him go shoot you because you're now deemed a threat. That is why when I looked at the story the other day with the father and son in Linstead who beat up a policeman because him could tell him to turn off a party and he did them nothing. I mean, that is what those are 2 of the most blessed people anywhere at all on this island. Very, very blessed for the policeman to pull in weapon, because not to mention he was on duty, for pulling weapon and shoot it toward them. So anyway, then they sleep the night there, so then for go sleep when they come out of jail, same place. Don't even change the sheet, no, do nothing at all, but sleep same place, not the same clothes, because they were very, very lucky. So Pink, who hit the policeman in the face, was shot. And unfortunately, poor Vibes, who was standing close by, was also hit. Somebody is saying that Vibes was hit with the same bullet. So the bullet passed through Pink into Vibes. I'm not sure of that, but that is what it is being said on the streets. But unfortunately, Vibes was standing at the wrong place. Vibes was standing at the wrong place at the wrong time. Because if Pink really and truly hit the man and face him back with a buckle, why is it that we can't find no other way to resolve disputes apart from using violence? Everything nowadays, everybody head hot. Man head hot. Man, what then say them again? Man a chopper. Nobody no take no telling. Nobody can walk out no dispute anymore. Because sometimes even the police, especially if he was not in uniform, he probably could have walked out walk it out, But it's sometimes when we have a gun on our side and the gun to talk to it, because my mind a gun have mouth, have eye but he have mouth, and he talk to it. So because him have a gun on him side and he say, I'm a police. Because I don't know if he was right or Pink was right, or what happened for the in the conflict. But sometimes if you have a licensed firearm, you can walk out, leave him for your next day and the next time or somebody else. So not all the while because we have gun, we have to respond in the way there. And not all the while because we're in a dispute with somebody, we decide so we have to respond in a violent manner. Because Pink couldn't also walk out to dispute. But it's a place now where everybody come like so we get too much sunshine. The whole of our head does hot and our head does chip. And we have to do what we have to do because we're not coward. You understand me? I'm a coward man keeps sunburn. And live to fight another day. So sometimes people, when you're in a conflict, walk you up. Then call you coward, then call you fool. Because you live to fight the next day. So guess what? I eat that for this week, So I don't know it go. Please keep safe. Hold on your head down. Enough love, blessings, respect. It's your girl MJ. Remember, like, subscribe. Send over to your friends and family and say, oh, no, come listen to the mad woman over here, so. You know where you go? Send over to your friend and family and say, oh, no, come take in the young lady and listen to what she have to say. Criticize her if she have to get criticized. Big her up if you don't have to big her up. But share it up. Enough love, blessings. Till next time. It's your girl MJ.